morning, Hornets, and welcome to today's dose of Beach Grove Student News. I'm Tiana.
Today we'll be taking a look at the SATs, why cats are the best, they're not, and as always, sports.
But first, here's Juliet with your week weather forecast.
What a fantastic morning, Hornets. Today, I hope your weekend was as great as mine. I enjoyed the warm weather, and I'm excited to see life and the weather get even better day by day. For all of you, today may seem a little gloomy, but if you wear the right clothes and right mindset, you can make it feel sunny. We will have a high of 72 and a low of 52 today. Tuesday temperatures may be lower at 65 and 42, but the sun will be shinier, and that's the most important part. Wednesday will have a 59 and a low of 47. Thursday is a high of 74 and a low of 52, and Friday will have temperatures of 60 and 39 with a 20% chance of rain. But don't let that ruin your day because it only gets better this weekend. Back to you guys at the desk.
This week is Spirit Week for the Riley Dance Marathon. Today was Izzy Day. Tomorrow is Running for Riley, wear your sport or running clothes. Wednesday is Wacky Wednesday. Thursday is Throwback Thursday, dress like your favorite decade. And Friday is Red for Riley. They are also asking for $1 donations each day you dress up.
Also in the cafeteria this week, there will be buckets with teachers' names on them that you can add money to, and whichever teacher gets the most money by Friday will get pied in the face at the dance. Seniors, you should have gotten an email last week about a new scholarship opportunity called the OPPU Achievers Scholarship. To apply for the scholarship, you will need to write a short essay responding to a prompted question. You need to have a 3.0 GPA or higher. For more information, go to the website down below.
If you are registered to take the SAT assessment tomorrow, plan on attending the pre-bubbling session during your SAT time today. Pre-bubbling had to be rescheduled due to a delay in shipped materials.
As the yearbook comes to an end, it is important to remember the memories that came with it. Here is Sarah with more for yearbook information.
To some people, buying a yearbook may seem like a waste of money that could be spent on other things, but there are many advantages to buying one, especially while you're in high school. Even if you think you don't want one now, you might later on in the future. I talked to Mr. White and got his opinion on buying a yearbook this year.
Well, I think everybody should buy a yearbook because whether you think you want it now or you want to go buy a shirt for that $40 instead, that shirt's not going to last you the rest of your life. Your yearbook will, and it's going to be something you want in the future.
I also asked him where seniors can send their photos for their senior ads if they bought one.
Senior ads need to be sent to hsyearbook@bgcs.k12in.us.
If you have any spring sports photos, those can be sent to HS Yearbook as well as senior messages and any business ads. Also, seniors, you can still turn in a senior quote for a $2 fee for being late. That's all for this. Back to you guys at the desk.
Everyone should have a best friend. Here's Julia Kaufman with some of her greatest friends and how they will never disappoint.
What is a best friend? According to Google, a best friend is a person's closest friend. But if you ask me, a best friend is somebody that's always interested in what you're doing. A best friend sometimes can't stand being in the opposite room as you. Maybe you even have two best friends. A best friend loves you, and in return, you love your best friend. Now, whether you are a dog person, cat person, hamster person, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because 10 out of 10 times, your pet will be way better than any friend, boyfriend, girlfriend you've ever had. For example, Romeo here can never ignore my text messages, or subtweet me, or lose feelings for me. Christmas here would never make me cry, or cancel plans with me, or break up with me over text message. Basically, they lack everything you don't want in a companion. While friends, boyfriends, and girlfriends are really great, sometimes they mess up, but they are human after all. The moral of the story here is cats have tinier brains and bigger hearts. This has been Juliet Kaufman for Bgsn.
Now let's toss it over to my good buddy Malachi McGuire for sports.
Hello Hornets and welcome back to sports. In Beach Grove news, there's a lot going on in spring sports tonight. Tonight, boys baseball will either travel to host Greenfield Central The weather to decide the game will be played. The game will most likely be away, so parents and players should be prepared to travel to Greenfield. Girls tennis has a meet tomorrow against Cicino, while both track teams have a meet against Triton Central. Also, JV baseball has a game against Cardinal Ritter tomorrow, weather permitting. Last night, the Women's National Championship was held in Tampa Bay between the Baylor Lady Bears and Notre Dame Fighting Irish. This game appeared to be a blowout at first in favor of Baylor. However, the Irish fought back to tie the game with 30 seconds left. After missing plenty of free throws to take the lead, Baylor went up 2 on an easy layup. Akimba Wale drove in, got fouled, and with a chance to tie the game, she would unfortunately miss one, and they would lose 82-81. The Irish finished 37-4, and Baylor is the 2019 national champions. Tune in tomorrow for information on the game with Garrett Norcross. Also in NCAA basketball news, the national championship is tonight in Minneapolis between the Texas Tech Red Raiders and Virginia Cavaliers. Virginia barely squeaked by after a crazy ending, with Indiana native Kyle Guy hitting 3 free throws after getting fouled behind the arc with no time left. There was a controversial missed double-double dribble call, and before this, which would have caused them the game. For the Red Raiders, they secured their spot in the Big Dance after beating Michigan State, who previously beat Duke. This game will be held tonight at 9:20. This is the first national champions appearance for both schools. The Pacers lost one again last night as the season is winding down and every game matters for seeding. They are 5th in the East and have lost home court advantage. The Bucks are in first, followed by the Raptors, 76ers, and Celtics. They lost to Brooklyn last night, hoping the Nets get a chance at the playoff spot. They are 1 game behind Indy, so they are looking to pass them up. The Pacers are going to have to figure something out so they are not blown out in the playoffs. Last week, the Lady Hornets were in full force for softball with 4 games last week. They ended up going 1-3, beating Cascade on Tuesday, with the score being 12-5. They lost a tough battle against Southport and Danville on Wednesday and Thursday. The Lady Hornets were led by Lexi Ham on the mound with strikeouts last week. She was named player of the game for the Cascade. Haven Price was also named player of the game against Southport. Here are her thoughts on the Southport game.
Last night's game, Southport definitely had strengths in the places that we had weaknesses. This game we did play better than what we have been playing against them in the past, I think 4 years. And our errors are just what killed us, but we'll improve on those.
The varsity baseball team had their first game last Friday against Mooresville. While the final score wasn't ideal, it was a good learning experience for the younger students on the team. Here's John Dans with more on the new baseball season.
Baseball finally started during spring break. The team has been practicing for a couple weeks while trying to hone their skills. Now, I asked senior captain Nick Anslett about what the goal is for the Hornets this season, and here is what he had to say.
The goal, we want to win more games than we did last year because we didn't really win a lot. So we want to definitely improve that and definitely go for sectional.
The Hornets have only 2 returning seniors this year, those being Mark Padgett and, of course, Nick Anslett. While the team is pretty young this year, they'll have plenty of time to learn and improve, especially with sophomores Garrett Esposito and Seth Walters returning to add depth on the mound and in the infield. The Hornets have not yet had a home game, but will against Indianapolis Arsenal Tech on Thursday, April 11th. The game will either be played at Sarah T. Bolton Park or at the Beech Grove Middle School baseball diamond at South Grove if Sarah T. Bolton is not ready. Stay tuned to BGSN Sports for more information on that game. For BGSN Sports, I am Jonathan Dans.
Today there will be cheer tryouts. Here's Talia with more details.
Good morning, Hornets. I'm Talia Painter, and today I will be giving you more information on cheerleading tryouts. They will go from today until Thursday, but here's Ms. Fangman with more information on how you can come to those tryouts and participate.
So cheer tryouts they start today, so the clinic starts today. For the next 3 days, we learn what you will be performing at tryouts, and on Thursday you actually try out. If you are interested in trying out for cheerleading for next year, then you need to come see me and get a packet. You need to have teacher evaluations as well as a permission slip from your parent. So all of those things are very important. You have to have a physical on file. If you have any questions, please stop by and see me.
So Hornets, remember, if you want to try out for the cheerleading team today, go to Ms. Fangman's classroom and get more information on that, or you can send her an email. Thank you. I'm Talia Penner with BGSN.
That's all for sports. Back to you guys at the desk.
That's all for today's dose of BGSN 10.
Teachers, don't forget to hit that bell icon and subscribe button to get notified every time that we go live.
Also, don't forget to follow us on all social medias at Bgsn Student News to keep up with today's current events. I'm Tiana.
And I'm Josh. Remember, Hornets, you're beautiful. You are one of a kind. Have an absolutely marvelous Monday.